On the edge of a serene lake stood a giant banyan tree, its roots holding the stories of centuries within them. In that same lake lived an old and wise turtle named Gyansagar, ocean of knowledge. His every day was spent in the shade of that banyan tree. A young and energetic fish named Chapla, the swift one, also lived in the lake. Chapla was very proud of her speed and constant effort. One day, as the sun was scattering its golden rays upon the lake, Chapla swam swiftly to Gyansagar and said, "O Gyansagar, you have been watching this world for ages. I want to ask you a question." Gyansagar slowly extended his neck and said in a calm voice, "Ask, Chapla, what curiosity lies in your mind?" Chapla said, "I work tirelessly day and night, never stopping for a moment. I believe that hard work is the greatest power. But you say that time heals all wounds and that time is the most powerful. So tell me, between time and hard work, who is greater and superior?" Gyansagar smiled. He said, "Your question is very profound, Chapla. The answer can only be found through a story. Be still and listen. I will tell you an incident from the celestial realm of the gods." Chapla, abandoning all her restlessness, began to listen intently. Gyansagar began the story. It is a matter of ancient times. A council was being held in Vaikuntha, the abode of Lord Vishnu. All the gods were discussing their respective powers. Just then, a debate broke out between Shramdev, the god of labor, and Kaaldev, the god of time. Shramdev said with pride, "There is no one greater than me in creation. If I wish, I can make man grow gardens in the desert, carve paths through mountains, and draw water from dry land. No one can defeat the one who has me on his side." Just then, Kaaldev spoke in a calm but firm voice. "Don't be a fool, Shramdev. Your hard work is successful only as long as I permit it. If I wish, I can dry up your gardens in a moment, erase your paths with landslides, and turn the empires built by your labor into dust. Everything is under my control. I am the ultimate truth." Seeing their dispute escalate, Lord Vishnu calmed them down and said, "You are both important pillars of creation. Your superiority will be decided not by words but by deeds. We shall conduct a test." Lord Vishnu looked towards the mortal realm and said, "Look at the kingdom of Magad. There lives an extremely talented sculptor named Bhaskar. A flood washed away his workshop, his tools, and all his finished statues. Today he is so disheartened that he has given up touching his chisel and hammer. Whichever of you can make Bhaskar the most respected Raj Shilpi of the kingdom shall be considered superior." Lord Vishnu continued, "Shramdev, I give you the first chance. You shall support Bhaskar and demonstrate your power. Kaaldev, you will create obstacles in his path." Shramdev, please, said, "As you command, my lord." Shramdev immediately went to the mortal realm and infused a new energy into the despondent Bhaskar. Suddenly, Bhaskar felt that giving up was cowardice. He picked up his broken chisel and brought a piece of wood from the forest. He began to carve the wood, forgetting day and night. He worked so hard that he forgot to eat or drink. Kaaldev began to show his influence. The wood Bhaskar brought would get infested with termites ahead of time. His tools would last quickly. Due to overexertion, he fell ill, which wasted his precious time. But Shramdev's influence was strong. Bhaskar did not give up. He created a small but very beautiful statue of Lord Ganesha. A merchant's eye fell upon it and he bought it for a good price. With that money, Bhaskar bought new tools and rebuilt a small workshop. His hard work was beginning to pay off. Gradually, his fame spread throughout the city. Seeing this, the king of Magad commissioned him to create the main idol for the new Vishnu temple in the capital. This was the biggest opportunity of his Bhaskar's life. He poured all his energy, all his art into the work. After tireless day and night labor, he created such a marvelous idol from white marble that it seemed as if Lord Vishnu himself had materialized. Shramdev was smiling in Vaikuntha. His victory seemed certain. Just one night before the idol's installation, Kaaldev showed his true power. He created a slight tremor deep within the earth. The earthquake was so subtle that no one noticed, but a fine invisible crack appeared in the foundation stone in the temple sanctum where the idol was to be placed. This was no fault of Bhaskar's hard work. It was the effect of time. The next day, during the grand ceremony, as the priests placed the idol on the foundation stone with incantations, the crack widened, the foundation stone crumbled and broke, and the magnificent idol fell to the floor, shattering into pieces. An outcry erupted all around. The king was furious. He considered it a conspiracy against the state and a terrible omen. All Bhaskar's hard work was undone in a moment. He was arrested and a death sentence was announced. Shramdev was stunned to see this. Before his very eyes, his chosen person, his hard work, everything was destroyed by a single blow from Kaal. Kaaldev smiling approached Shramdev and said, "Did you see? Your tireless hard work could not withstand a single moment of my strike." Shramdev dejectedly accepted his defeat and said, "You are superior, Kaaldev. Now no one can save my devotee." Kaaldev said, "No, Shramdev. You have only seen one of my forms, the destroyer. Now see my other form, the healer. I am the time that gives wounds and I am the time that heals them." Saying this, Kaaldev began to show his influence. The same king who had angrily pronounced the death sentence began to feel restless at night. He had bad dreams. A thought entered his mind that perhaps it was an injustice to sentence an artist to death without a full investigation. He postponed the execution for some time. Meanwhile, in prison, Bhaskar was completely broken. But as time passed, his anger and despair began to subside. Kaal gave him patience and introspection. He began to think about where he had gone wrong. He had worked tirelessly, but had he tried to understand the laws of nature and time? A few weeks later, the king's geologists examined the temple ruins and discovered the invisible crack and the subterranean tremor. It was proven that Bhaskar was not at fault. Bhaskar was released with honor. The king apologized to him and requested him to remake the statue. This time, Bhaskar was a changed man. He still had the energy of Shramdev, but he also had the patience and wisdom given by Kaaldev. He began his tireless work again, but this time he did not rush. He took months to find the right stone, tested the ground, and designed a strong foundation that could withstand any future tremors. He combined hard work with the wisdom of time. When the new idol was ready, it was even more divine and magnificent than the first one. It reflected not just art, but also the soul of experience and wisdom. Bhaskar was awarded the title of Raj Shilpi and became immortal in history. In Vaikuntha, Lord Vishnu smiled and said, "Do you both understand now? Shramdev, without you, no creation is possible. You are the inspiration for action. And Kaaldev, without you, there can be no wisdom and patience in action. You are the controller of the outcome. Neither one is greater or smaller. Hard work is the boat that takes man towards his goal, and time is the river on which that boat sails. The river cannot be crossed without the boat, and the boat has no existence without the river. The harmony of both is true success." Hearing this, Shramdev and Kaaldev looked at each other with respect and ended their dispute forever. Finishing the story, the wise turtle Gyansagar looked at Chapla. There was a new spark of understanding in Chapla's eyes now. She understood that her tireless hard work was priceless, but it was incomplete without the patience and wisdom of time. She bowed to Gyansagar and swam calmly into the lake. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this story. It teaches us that a balance of hard work and making the right decision at the right time is essential in life. If you like the story, please like the video and subscribe to our channel The Silent Stories. Also press the bell icon so you can enjoy more such fun and insightful stories. I will meet you with another wonderful story. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.